Sorry, Bayley and Sasha Banks. Sorry, Walter and Dragunov. Boneyard match? No. Stadium Stampede? Nah. Sorry to all the G1, Edge and Orton, and sorry to the Young Bucks, Paige and Omega. Because the match of the year in 2020 was the 2020 Royal Rumble.
Hey, stay connected. Follow Pro Wrestling Bits.
That's right. The 2020 Royal Rumble was the match of the year. I know it's the internet and you're supposed to celebrate the hard-hitting, athletic masterpieces between obscure shooters from foreign countries, but it's 2020. What can I say? What's up is down. It's not every year that the Royal Rumble match is even the best match of the month, let alone match of the year. In fact, each year the deck seems to be stacked against the Royal Rumble to even be considered. The first reason for that is recency bias. The Royal Rumble happens in January. By June, the only memory left is the winner, maybe a surprise entrant or two, and anything Kofi did. By December, forget it. The second reason the Royal Rumble match is often cast aside for match of the year consideration is work rate. Ah yes, strong style, catch as catch can, technical submission wrestling mimicking a real life fight with a fully cooperative Tope con Hilo in between. Work rate. Telling a story, brother. The Royal Rumble doesn't lend itself to much work rate. Pro Wrestling's answer to the All-Star Game, the Royal Rumble is typically a crowd-pleasing match that counts all the numbers of ways it can produce a harmless pop, then works backwards. Great wrestling often takes a back seat to the Royal Rumble, which is typically a random chain of eliminations that lead to a last man or woman standing. The closest the Royal Rumble typically gets to telling a story is a small handful of feuds that often result out of an elimination, but never has an entire Royal Rumble told one compelling story from start to finish until now. And what better year for the Royal Rumble to be awarded Match of the Year than the year its creator passed away? All the shout outs to him. The Royal Rumble match began 2020 as the year's first great match, and it'll end 2020 as the year's best match. I don't care how hard they hit each other in the UK or Japan. I've always felt like the 2001 Royal Rumble is the benchmark. It had everything. Drew Carey, the Honky Tonk Man, shout out to them, Kane going ham, The Rock, Big Show turning heel back when it was cool, and most importantly, a bloodied Stone Cold Steve Austin fighting tooth and nail to eventually slay the record-setting Dragon and win his third Royal Rumble match. It took almost 2 decades, but the 2020 Royal Rumble has assumed that throne and surpassed 2001. Not only as the greatest Royal Rumble of all time, but as the match of the year in 2020. And it did so by doing one thing, telling a story for an hour. The same way a 7-star match, whatever that means, from Kenny Omega and Okada tells a story over the course of 60 minutes, the Royal Rumble match was one long storyline arc that did everything a pay-per-view main event was designed to do. Build up a money-drawing, unstoppable heel to be slain by an up-and-coming babyface who projects to be your top star for years. The story was simple, and one anybody can understand. In fact, it's a story as old as time that relates perfectly to the professional wrestling industry both inside and out. That story is King of the Hill. Brock Lesnar called his shot, and like the beast that he is, he demanded to start the Royal Rumble at number 1. This has never been done in the history of wrestling, because being told that you drew number 1 in the Royal Rumble is like the Minnesota Timberwolves being told that they got number 1 pick in the NBA draft. Because by winning that pick, you're still very likely going to be losing. The only WWE superstars to win the Royal Rumble match at number 1 were Shawn Michaels and John Doe. Brock Lesnar was once again looking to bully his way into the history books by becoming the first sitting WWE champion to win the Royal Rumble match since the WrestleMania stipulation was created back in 1993. Brock Lesnar played no games that night. Not only was he King of the Hill, he was its prince, its judge, its jury, its executioner, its mayor, and the city clerk. Within minutes, Elias was gone, Eric Rowan gone, Robert Roode gone, welcome back Morrison, he gone. Suddenly, the 2020 Royal Rumble took on a different shape than any of his 32 predecessors. 5 guys in, 1 man standing. This was going to be a game of King of the Hill, where in order to win the game, you had to do it one-on-one against a big game hunter. The storytelling really started picking up when Kofi Kingston hit the ring at number 6, followed by Rey Mysterio and Kofi's fellow New Day member, Big E, all of whom had storyline gripes against Lesnar. Not only did Brock Lesnar maul Rey Mysterio's son, that same week he destroyed Kofi Kingston in 9 seconds on the season premiere of SmackDown, and for whatever reason, Kofi was never booked to get any measure of revenge until now. Kofi, Big E, and Rey tried, but failed as Brock Lesnar remained King of the Hill. WWE even managed to weave in more storytelling with the cameo appearance by Sheldon Benjamin, Brock's former college teammate. Don't do it, Sheldon. It's every man for himself. You know, you can't trust Brock Lesnar. I don't care if you two are buddies. Oh, damn it, Shelton. Perhaps the most climactic moment came when WWE parted the Red Sea for rising babyface Drew McIntyre. McIntyre eliminated Brock Lesnar with the help of Ricochet, who also had a side beef with Brock, as multiple angles intertwined to result in Brock Lesnar's demise, and a new King of the Hill was crowned in Drew McIntyre. Between Brock Lesnar's exhibition and dominance, his past coming back to haunt him multiple times, and Drew McIntyre being the right guy at the right time to unseat the beast, none of these major plot lines were even the biggest moment of the Royal Rumble, because Edge returned after 9 years, and a match that is judged in part based on surprise entrances may have produced its greatest surprise to date, possibly even better than John Cena in 2008. In the end, the 2020 Royal Rumble stuck to the true purpose of a major pay-per-view main event by establishing its next top star. Not only did Drew McIntyre eliminate Brock Lesnar, with WWE starving to find its next John Cena, it doubled down on Drew McIntyre in ways it avoids doing for the rest of the roster in favor of 50-50 booking. Drew McIntyre won the Royal Rumble and went on to WrestleMania 36 to beat Brock Lesnar and officially become King of the Hill, a title he continues to enjoy to this day. The legacy of the star-making 2020 Royal Rumble will forever be soured by the onset of COVID-19. Had there been fans in the building for Stadium WrestleMania in Tampa, Florida, I'm confident that Drew McIntyre would have become a babyface superstar, the level of which we haven't seen in a decade, all because of how strongly he was put over in one of the greatest stories WWE ever told at the 2020 Royal Rumble.